Guys, welcome to Season 2, Episode number 5 of the Derby Crowd Live. And to start off this episode, we're currently in the Champions League spots, 7 points after 4 games, but we did start to find it a little bit more difficult in the last episode. We haven't really played that many Premier League games. Obviously, we've been playing Carabao Cup and Europa League games quite a bit, so I expect us to see us fall quite quickly. Since the patch, basically, Manchester City were at bottom of the table on 1 point, and now they're on 7 points, so it does show the massive difference. For some reason Spurs are still on 2 points, but maybe they've been playing some tough opponents in their first few games. Also, us beating them 6-1 probably didn't help. So first game is against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Be nice to see Frank Lampard, of course. We did make a couple, I think, of deadline day signings, and very good players, I must say. Yarmolenko from West Ham. I think he's just like a nice player. Obviously he can play pretty much anywhere in the attacking areas. I just wanted somebody tall because we haven't really got anyone over 6'2". Obviously we've got defenders, but in terms of attacking side of it, we have got very short attackers. So I just felt if we do need a different outlet, we can always use Yarmolenko, of course. So we did get Saliba. Not too sure if I'm saying his name correctly or not, but from Arsenal, 74 rated, 19 years old. Should be able to grow him. We have got a 2-year loan on him as well, so somebody that we can use this season, grow him up to like a 80 rated player, and still have another year with him. So I think that'll be quite a nice thing to do. Son Krasser was actually quite a surprise in the last episode. Didn't expect him to be as good as he is. It says he's 72 rated, but I'd say he's at least a 75 in terms of quality. So we will be going into the game against Chelsea. I think it makes sense actually to put the white kit on, just because obviously their home kit's blue. They do have some. Do they have a third kit? I'm sure they have like a grey third kit, Chelsea. But it doesn't seem to be on the game, so going to have to go for the blue kit. Is going to be obviously Oscar against his former club. Somebody, I like to make these career modes realistic, and somebody said, you say Tomori's not realistic, but you've got Oscar, and that is 100% true. When I thought of that, and I'm like, why would Oscar join Derby? But I don't know. I like Oscar. He's, it's a bit of a shame he's out in China earning millions, but at the end of the day, if that's what he wants to do for his career, then that's a job. At the end of the day, it's going to pay for him and all of his family. So yeah, what we're going to do is play Saliba in this game, just because obviously we are playing against Chelsea. And Tomori is on loan, just to make it authentic. We do have a lot of players, I must say. I do like the squad size that we do have. Of course, we have got Europa League football to consider, so we should be good on all fronts. Here we go then at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. It'll be nice to see Frank Lampard on the touchline. Also, it'd be good to see a strong Chelsea team. If we did this game pre-patch, yeah, we wouldn't have been playing this team. This is an incredible team Chelsea have got, and it's nice to see that they've made some new signings to change the team. 2 new centre-backs and a right-back. Actually, the entire back four is completely different. Henriques and Gulam at the full-back positions, then Kimpembe and De Vrij from Inter Milan. Then Iago Aspas up front, Pulisic and Willian on the wing, Kante, Barkley and Jorginho. No Mason Mount, maybe he'll come off the bench, but it'd be nice to see how Oscar does against his former club, of course. And of course, Yarmolenko is going to be interesting to see how he does. Obviously, 6'3". I can always switch Marriott and Yarmolenko quite easily if we need that. Chelsea on the attack here with Gulam. It's inside to Jorginho. Slips it into Iago Aspas, but saved by Nubel. Not fully cleared though, but Shears does eventually get it up to Marriott. It's nice that EA actually recognised that he does play against Chelsea. We have done well there to go around Henriques with the finesse shot. Saved by Kepa, but Oscar there with the rebound. Another great save. That is probably one of the best saves I've seen on this career mode. I don't know how Kepa's managed to keep that out, but he's done well there. So for Chelsea with Gulam, it's inside to Pulisic, cuts in nicely, cross to Kante with the shot. Good save from the German Nubel. I think I just like him a bit more than Van der Voort, just because of the sheer size of him. He's 6'4", whereas Van der Voort does get caught out at times. So for Chelsea, Bogle's out of position. Pulisic can run into the space. It's gone across 2 defenders colliding, and Ross Barkley is there to find the back of the net. As soon as the 2 defenders ran into each other, I knew there was going to be trouble there, and it is the number 8 with the goal to make it 1-0. I want to just see this again, just to see how. Yeah, Salabilla, like, because Saliba's the left centre back. I'm not too sure why he's at the near post. Should have just left Schurz to deal with it, but it's one of them things. It's nice to see that it's difficult. I like the fact that playing against Chelsea, like, going forwards is so difficult. I'm trying to break them down, and it's not impossible, but it's a good challenge to have. Chance here for Marriott, if he can work his way into the box. He does well to go around the defender. Now on his left foot with the shot, Kepa saves. Could have potentially got the rebound there. Volley with Marriott, if we can get it out to Yarmolenko around the defender. He is left-footed, so he should be able to find the back of the net. And there we go, the Ukrainian has got us back to level on his debut. Nice to get him the goal, and he's got that quality. That's what I need, you know. I need that player that can, like Rooney last season, just have just the ability to put the ball in the back of the net against some of these very good goalkeepers. And yeah, that's his second. Did we? Maybe West Ham scored a goal with him, but yeah, I'm quite surprised the price that we got him for. I think we did very well. He's on like 40k, 49k wages. When he was on like 67 at West Ham, so I'm a bit confused why we've got such a bargain for him. Chance here for Chelsea with Henriks. It's a nice ball into Barkley. He's probably going to slip it into Jorginho, but takes the shot and good save from Nubil. We have just brought on Wayne Rooney for Marriott. Obviously Rooney a little bit stronger, hold up the ball a bit more. Chelsea on the attack here, a lot of numbers forwards and only 7 minutes left. It seems like Henriks has switched sides. Rooney does well there to flick it around Gulam. Now into Oscar. Goes around the defender nicely, across to Yarmolenko. Not the fastest, but has got a skill move on him, and quite strong. Can he get the finesse shot off? Yes, he can. Ukrainian has found the top left-hand corner there. And it's kind of repaying the transfer fee already. Like, I was a little bit unsure on whether to sign him just because he's 30 years old, but as you can see here, like, the bit of strength here just to hold off. I'm not too sure who that is. It's like number 39. He's got a quality left foot on him, and if you get him in the right place, he will find the back of the net and probably win us the game. Hendrick with the ball here, bringing it forwards. Slip Yarmolenko in for the hat trick. Would be nice. He is quality, I must say. He is absolutely quality. Oh, Kepa with the save. Could have rebounded to Rooney, but that is full time. Yarmolenko's the difference. I think just that debut performance. Kepa was still very good as well to keep him in the game. Nubil did well as well. You know, there's not. I think we just did slightly better than Chelsea in that game. I can't really complain with the game for once. It was just me actually playing better than a big team. So with that win against Chelsea, of course, we go into the Europa League games now. Max Lowe goes to a 75. That's one player that I definitely need to. I think he's the only slight, weakness in our defence. But obviously, getting him into training and get him up to like a 77. I think he's got in previous years he's had at least an 82 potential, so we should be able to hit that kind of mark. Same rating as Bogle as well. But yeah, Yarmolenko's quality in that game, I must say. Like, just having somebody's tall with skill moves, he's like basically Ibra. He's a poor man's Ibra. We got him for 10 mil. I don't see any negatives with signing him, really. I don't know how he doesn't have the injury-prone trait, because he is injured a lot, but I'm not going to complain. It makes him a better player. Yeah, it's just whether keeping all the players happy. Of course, we've got some sad faces here with Sibley and Huddleston. So we do need to think about who to keep happy and obviously who to keep at the club. A few scout reports here for the players that we did potentially look to sign on deadline day. Moses Simon, another player, like, he's 5'6" and he's got 69 strength, you know, with 95 pace. Yeah, he's a brilliant player, and I kind of wish. I think we offered like 7, which I'm quite surprised they got angry at, because he's worth 10. You know, it's not exactly a golfing difference. But yeah, somebody I might look to bring in the future. 77 rated, very good indeed. And I do like the fact that this guy's got a 14 million release clause, very fast, and I think he's got 5-star skills as well. 5'3" as well, but very much like a Sandcrassin, but a little bit better in quality. So I think we're gonna, because of the game against Watford, I don't know, do we play a weaker team in the Premier League? Because we're doing quite well in the Prem at the minute, and it'll be nice to get the Europa League group stage off with a win against Ghent, of course. So I think I'll probably play a strong team for this game. Watford aren't exactly the most difficult of opponents, so yeah, let's go into the first Europa League group stage game. Here we are then for the first Europa League game of the season. Technically we had the qualifiers, but this is the first official game. We have gone for a bit of a different team. I did say I was going to play our first team, but then I thought let's just mix it up a bit and have a little test with a couple of things. So I'm going to try Max Bird at left back. He can technically play there, and it's a slight weakness. He is 6 foot tall, so maybe he could do a better job than Max Lowe, because I don't really see him getting him ahead of Shinnie, Hendrick and Hughes in the midfield. They're pretty much going to be there all season long. I don't see any issues with those, and obviously that means we can move Scott Malone on if we don't need him. So yeah, we've got Jarrett Bowen, Oscar Woolley and Sandcrassin. Be interested to see how he does out wide. Obviously very rapid indeed. Looking at their team then, they've got Konate up front, very powerful and pacey striker, I think. Then the guy on the left centre mid, basically, he used to play for Norwich. He's very powerful. I think he's got about 85 physical, so very strong indeed. But other than that, I don't really know this Ghent team, but I'm sure they're pretty good. They're in the Europa League, of course. So yeah, hopefully we can kick it off with a nice win. Corner going short to Sandcrassin. He's got the pace to run himself into the box with the finesse shot into the top right corner, and the time Messi has made it 1-0. Nice to see him get the first goal. Maybe he's, maybe the commentator doesn't call him Sandcrassin. Maybe they call him the name on the back of his shirt. Maybe I need to do some research. But yeah, I definitely suggest it. For like a couple of mil, maybe 3 mil for him. He's such a fun little player to have on career mode. He's only 5'2", of course. He's only little, but brilliant. Really skillful. And yeah, maybe his name is Chanathip. Maybe that's how I should be calling him. Chance here for Ghent. It's a good ball across the face of goal. Now into number 17. I think it is the former Norwich man with the goal to make it 1-1. I definitely knew that it wasn't like we got the early goal, which was nice, but now the new difficulty on the patch. They're just a lot, you've got numbers there forwards, which he didn't have previously. First time shot from him. Maybe Nuba would have saved it, but I thought I'd go for Van der Vaart since we're in the Europa League. Yeah, do have a guy down in the box, but he's got a chance to get the ball into the box. Hendrick missing the block. Have to try and win this header, but can't quite. Tamori does, but gives it straight back to him. He's a very dangerous attack here from Ghent, but good save from Van der Vaart to prevent the goal. And yeah, I like it. I like the fact that I'm having to concentrate and actually try to win the game. Not too sure why Sandcrassin's in the box at 5'2", but whatever. Chance here to unleash Hendrick if I can get him in. Has he got the final finish though to find the back of the net? Yes! Oh no! I thought that was in. I thought that was in. I don't know how he's missed. See, it's a lot harder to counter-attack the AI. It's still possible, but much harder than previously, where this kind of opportunity I probably could have scored from. Bogle's in the advanced areas. He's got it across to Sandcrassin, but yeah, not exactly the best of his weaker foot. On to Bowen across to Woolley. Bit of space to run into the middle. I don't know what their defender's doing, but has got the chance to finish it, and yes, he does. I'm a bit amazed what happened there. They literally parted like the Red Sea. I think that's his first goal for the club. I'll say it is because it's the one I can remember anyway. But yeah, like that defender there, like what is he doing? I really don't understand why that's happened there. If you just look at the instant replay on it, I don't quite understand. Yeah, it's a bit odd, but I'll take it. Errors do happen, and we've capitalised on it to get the lead. Shouldn't say for Bowen to run into a bit of space. Obviously they're going to go on a bit more attacking now, Ghent, and they are going to have gaps at the back. Oscar with the finesse shot, but way over the bar from the Brazilian. We have just made a triple substitution, bringing off Woolley, Oscar and Shinnie. I think with Shinnie he's got like 95 stamina, so if I just take him off now, should be fully fit for the Watford game. Then we go full time against Ghent. We have narrowly won by 2-1. I think it was the two Asian players got the goals for us, so they're brand new signings and have got us the win in that game. Woolley and Son Krasin with the early goal, and of course they did get the goal with El Kadori. It was a very good game. Like, I think they had a lot of possession, but I do like just to play counter-attacking football, you know, with the pace. So we're currently second in the Premier League on 10 points. I'll wait to see. Obviously, maybe, you know, that last game against Chelsea, we got a bit lucky to win that in the last minute. So I'm kind of, you know, I'm accepting where we are. It's maybe a little bit too high, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes over the next few games. Of course, this next game against Watford, we are going to have not as strong of a team, but just because of the Europa League game that we just played, I think we will go for our. I think we have to go for our blue kits. They've got black and yellow. It's not actually as low fitness as I thought, to be honest. May need to rest Bogle for Kastanag. He's technically an improvement to the team, but yeah, it's still going to be slightly weaker. Here we are then against Watford at Vicarage Road. Very nice stadium indeed, and looks like they've got Willi Orban from, is it Leipzig? I'm not too sure where he is in the Bundesliga, but yeah, they've gone for a 4-4-2 as they do in real life. Seamus Coleman at right back, Ben Foster in goal, Cabaselli, Orban, and Cote at left back. Not too sure who he is. Same with Melendo at left mid, but then Sarr, Cleverlin, Capoue, and then Danny Welbeck and Delafeu up top. I'd actually like to get Delafeu in this career mode at some point because he's a cracking player on FIFA. And yeah, we've made a few changes. Rooney in the cam position, Yarmolenko and Wilson out wide. Hughes against his former club, and Kastanag and Saliba into the defence. Just here to get Harry Wilson on the run. Can you get a decent run into the box though? Pull it back here to Rooney with the shot and into the back of the net. We do like to score in about the first few minutes. It seems to be what we can do, but Rooney with a bit of quality there, just with a first time shot. I think it was first time anyway, to find the back of the net and to get us into a good early start. But yeah, nice from Wilson there to take it into his stride. Nice pass inside, first time shot, and great start. Watford on the attack here. It's into Delafeu, who's gone around the defender Saliba into the box. Keeper's parried it, and it's straight into Tom Cleverley, I think it is, with the acrobatic goal to make it 1-1. It's Seamus Coleman. What's he doing up front? Yeah, it's 1-1. It's pretty much straight from us conceding their goal. In the end, it was a tap-in when the goalkeeper. Was I just seeing that right? I'm not too sure why the keeper parried it straight there, but yeah, those fans were a bit, I don't know, a bit broken. Like the way, I think one of their heads went through their groin, but I'm not too fussed about what happens with the fans, to be honest. I think what happens on the pitch is slightly more important for the game developers. Lovely with the ball here, pulled it across to Danny Welbeck with the goal to make it 2-1. Danny Welbs, the absolute clinical finisher. Be interested to see if he's got the injury-prone trait, because again, another player that should probably have it, but maybe EA removed it. I'm sure I've seen people with it, so yeah, it's a nice bit of play. Obviously, the defence just stretched apart, and he's find it there. Hasn't really done too much in real life, but Watford are struggling quite a bit at the minute. Tackle there from Max Lowe. And get the ball going forwards now. Into Marriott, through for Yarmolenko. Can he get that left-footed shot on it though? Yes, he can. Hits the inside of the post and into the back of the net. Lovely little goal there from Yarmolenko. Playing him on the left-hand side is actually quite good because he doesn't have the pace. Doesn't mean you have to like cut inside, so you can just even in that Chelsea game actually he was on the right hand side, got a great goal. But yeah, either side of the striker, very good indeed. Watford on the attack here for the last of the first half. It's inside to Capoue. He's done well to go around Kastanag. Misses with the tackle, but cuts inside. Schurz is there to block. On the edge here with Tom Cleverley. Definitely don't want to concede at this point with the shot and into the back of the net. Jesus, it's difficult. I must say it is very, very difficult on this new difficulty just to prevent goals. You know, they're just so quick and clinical with their shots. Danny Welbeck with the second of the game to get them into the lead to end the first half. Uzier with the ball into Yarmolenko. Does well to get it off Coleman with a bit of skill. Goes around Willie Orban now with the shot, and the Ukrainian Wonderman has made it 3-3 in this game. An absolute thrilling game, and definitely not over yet. He's, you know, for 10 million quid with 4 goals already, he's kind of paid it back. You know, with that win against Chelsea, basically. But it's just nice just to have somebody who can hold the ball off and find the back of the net quite easily. Oh, that's a really good ball, and Kasanag's out of position. Probably going to cut back, ball into the back post and into the back of the net. Is he onside though? I think he is. Yeah. Wow. This is difficult. I didn't even see that ball at the back post there. I thought he was going to just cut it back, but he's put it in there, and he made it 4-3 in the game. Chance here to get the goal. Can we get in the box here with Van Bergen? Into the near post to Yarmolenko. Poor shot, but has he got the second? No, he doesn't. It's in the box here with Josesun. Into Wilson. Has been taken out with a minute left to go. Seamus Coleman going to get booked here. There we go, full time, 4-3 against Watford. A very thrilling game, and very, you know, it felt like I was playing against somebody online. That's how good Watford were in this game. We did get the first goal. Maybe we just scored too early, but a couple of goals from Yarmolenko. Bit weird that it only shows a couple of Watford goals, but all 3 of our goals, even though Watford won the game. But that's what I want to say. I want, you know, that was a fun game to play in, and the right team got the right result. Message here from Jared Bowen. I want to let you know I was worried about some speculation. I literally dropped you for 1 game, like, just because you played like a day before against Ghent, but a bit weird. Yeah, Harry Wilson's been one player that I'm quite disappointed with so far. He just hasn't really done anything. Son Krassen's come in and done well. Yarmolenko's done amazingly well. Who else did I sign in those attacking areas? Oscar's done pretty well for a cam. Wooley's done well. So yeah, Wilson's really... Maybe we need to play him more centrally to get the best out of him. I'm not too sure. But even in real life, like, you know, he's got a quality shot in him if you give him the right place at the right time. But in terms of affecting a game, he's not one of those that you notice. Like, he'll get goals and stuff, but he doesn't... I don't know, it's a bit of an interesting one, Harry Wilson. But yeah, he's a wonderful player, but haven't quite found the right formula for him at the minute, even though it's a sparkling performance. He did get an assist, to be fair. He's getting assists, but I just feel a little bit disappointed with him at times. But yeah, hopefully, guys, did enjoy this episode. I think we will wrap it up here. We do have the next round of the Carabao Cup against Wolves. Probably will play a bit of a weaker team for that game, just because I don't really want any fixture problems coming up. As you can see at the minute with the Europa League, obviously most of those games go on the Thursday. If we keep going through in the Carabao Cup, we'll probably end up having to play on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday kind of thing, and I don't really want that to happen. But you know, Wolves are a very good team, and I think they are actually top of the Premier League. If I quickly look at the Prem, they're 5th, so they've got a point extra than us. Things are starting to form quite nicely at the top. That's what I'm quite liking to see. Spurs, you know, a bit of an oddball, but other than that, maybe Arsenal as well, but other than that, you know, City, United, Leicester and Chelsea. Liverpool maybe a bit higher, but we're only 6 games into the season, and I'm liking it. I'm enjoying playing FIFA career mode, which is, you know, it's a nice thing to do. So yeah, hopefully guys did enjoy this episode. Leave a like, rate it if you did enjoy, and see you soon. Bye.